Hello, hi, it's Liz here and welcome. Today I want to make a tummy band. I know they're called belly bands, but I just can't get round to calling them belly bands. I don't like the word belly. So these ones slip on, they're double-sided. I'll just slip this one off. I've already made two. This one. We'll just slide them off just now till I show you. Let's put that down there. So they're just two pieces of book page which I have decoupaged and decorated either side. Two pieces stuck together. So that's the other side of that one. So this is just an old vintage scrap, some vintage kiddies book pages, pieces of random books, and over here they're much the same on this one. And this one is again a decoupaged background, but I'll show you where these two focal points came from. It's art by Marlene. The balloon house is from this one, and they're both from this one. So I'll show you this one. So it's art by Marlene, die cut block, and you get lots of cool images to pop out. So really easy. And I just decoupaged the back, popped them out, added a couple of words, and a little bit of sari silk down the side, on either side, and a little bit of trim down either side of this one. And I think they turned out really cute, so let's make one together. The one I want to make is more kind of traditional. It's birds and flowers. Let me just move those topper books out the way. So for the background, let me show you what I use for my background for these two first. So the background of this one, and you can keep some of the background, that writing there is actually the paper, and this writing here is the paper, and it came from this book which I got in a charity shop. It's Ma Bruin's Button Ben cookbook. The Bruins are a famous cartoon strip here in Scotland, and it's got some great writing and some different handwritten fonts and whatnot. So that, if you ever come across that, I don't know how easy that would be to get. And this one, which you can see a little bit of in the background there, is from this book, which has been great, and I got this in a charity shop as well for £2. And this is quite thick paper, and I used a page of that for that one. So for this next one that we will make together, I'm going to use pages from this book, Country Woman's Diary, A Country Woman's Journal. It's a great book as well, nice font. So, and I got this in a charity shop. So these are the two pieces that you'll need. Let me just put that down there. And I'll give you some measurements. Now obviously these are made to fit my book, but you just measure your book and make them the size of your book page. So just let me tell you that it's 6.5 centimetres by 19 centimetres, and in inches that is 2.5 and 7.5, just a smidgen over 7.5. But obviously you measure it and you fold it round your book page. Where did I put the book? Here, it's here. So the journal that you're making it for, obviously you just take it and then choose whatever page you're you're wanting, and you just measure it in it so that it fits. So you've got to fold a little bit over and fold a little bit over there, because we're going to make our tummy band by gluing the shorter strip onto the folded pieces. So one has to be a little bit longer than the other. Yeah, so my longer piece is 23 by, obviously it's the same across. So that one's 23 and this one is, what did I say? Let me just get it right. 19, nearly 19. But again, you're just measuring against your page, because obviously not all the pages are the same. And we just join that with that. But what I did with these ones is I joined it and then I decoupaged. I'm going to do this one different because I wanted to stitch round it and then realise that I wouldn't be able to stitch round it because I had already joined it up. So, and I had made both before I realised, because I was going, right, I'll take them to my sewing machine now and I'll stitch round, but no, that wasn't going to work because I couldn't get it through the sewing machine without going right through. So, top tip would be, if you want to stitch it, you've got to stitch them before you join them. So that's what I'm going to do, but I want to decoupage and decorate, do some collage, decoupage, where did I get that from? Collage, before I do the stitching. So I'm going to decorate, stitch, join them together. Yes, I think that's the plan here. So I've got some pieces for the two sides because I'm going birds and botanical. So let me just show you the book that I got my birds from, because that was another great find. I tell you, going round charity shops and second-hand shops, junk shops, whatever, is a second hobby for me now, for sure. So these little birds, wait, and I'll just sort of do that and I'll show you the book that the birds came from. This is the book that the birds are from. It's Thorburns, James Fisher, Thorburns Birds. And I've used it so many times. These are the odd pages, and there's a plate, so you don't have to choose because it's script. It's writing on one side and the birds are on another side, and they're always quite nicely spread out. So, and they're a good size for cutting out for your journals and for things. I mean, it's just been a great book. I've still loads left. So, if you ever get a chance, I think I got this one. Well, there's not a sticker on it, but it was certainly in second-hand charity shop. So now it's just about gluing your pieces down. So I've got that one, that side, and then I've got random little pieces. Let's just put that one in upside down so that we get a little bit of, and that, I think, let me see, this one, let's put our little stamps on, and then that one, and that one somewhere there. These little co-op stamps I got in a little junk shop as well. I don't know if anybody in the UK can remember when you bought things in the co-op. You got co-op stamps, your divvy, it was called, your dividend, or you had a number and they put the number in, and everybody always remembers. I remember getting sent to the shops for a pint of milk when I was small, and your mum would say, remember the divvy, remember your divvy number. And you know, I think our divvy number was 2576. I think it's a number you never forget. That was many years ago. We don't do anything like that now. But when I saw that, it brought back memories. The co-op. Right, let's stick this down. So, I want this piece on first. Just let's get my magazine. And I've just got my glue stick. And you don't need to collage the whole page here because you've got nice scripty background. There's absolutely no need to cover every inch at all. These are just pieces from my scrap box. Right, I think that's everything that goes on there. So let's get the stickers on. I think that one round about there and this one round about here. I want the bird to cover the end of that flower because ends of flowers sort of disturb me a little bit because it looks as if the flower is just floating in the air. And so I've always got to, well, mostly I like to cover the bottom of the stem with something, and if I've got a focal point and it's sort of in the right place, I shall put my bird here. Yep. Let's get the other sticker down. This one not so much because it doesn't have a like just one loose bit. It sort of looks like it's kind of attached anyway. Do things like that go through your head? Do you have certain rules for yourself? Oh dear. Right, let's see if we can get this somewhere sensible. If I'm going over the edges, I can just curl it over. Trim it off if it's not going to stick. There we are. Right, so a little bird there, and I know that he's not perched on anything, but I'm just going to have to live with that. I'm thinking actually I'm going to take that little bit off because I wasn't sure how it would actually pan out, and that was what he was sitting on in the book, and that looks better. And it was like a bit of tree trunk. Right, so carefully, because these are quite fine, and it won't be the first time that I've tried to glue something and taken the head off or the feet off or something off and had to do some surgery. So and let's just put this one on a leaf there. Good. So one done. Let's do the other side. And I tried to get pieces that were shades of blue because my journal is a sort of blue journal. Well, I mean the cover's blue, but it's kind of been kept mostly blue in the inside. Although I did go off piste and did a page in green with the paper piste stamped girls, but anyway, they still look nice. And we'll just put the divvy stamps, the co-op stamps there, just to do that little funny corner. Right. So let's use him to cover the ends of that, and then he can just go anywhere. Yep. So we're having a few visitors on Saturday night. It's my sister-in-law's birthday do. There's the 5 of us, me and hubby, my 2 sister-in-laws and one of my sister-in-law's partner. So I think we're going to have a Chinese meal get delivered. I think let's go. It's usually either the chippy or the Chinese. I think it's the Chinese this time, as far as I can make out. Oops. And we'll just use his back just to cover up the ends of that, because then for all we know that's grown right down to the earth there, to the bottom. Oh dear. Oh, why does that do that? Because I'm not putting it down properly. And then we'll just let him cling on to that bit there. There. So these ones, this one is a little more botanical. That's for sure. Completely different. So it's going to look, obviously, like that. But yes, totally different from the other two. So I'm going to put a little bit of lace, because that's the other thing that was tricky, because I had joined these up in my enthusiasm to make a band that goes right round. I joined them up, and then I wanted to add something down the edges, and it was a wee bit tricky getting it inside, but we managed. Right, so I'm going to put a little bit of lace down this one, and I think I'm going to use that. Yes. So now which side? Which that will be in the back. I think I want my lace. Well, I mean, both sides will end up with lace, but I'll attach the lace. How will I do it? Will I do it on the front, or will I do it on the back, just peeking out? I think on the back, just peeking out. And we'll put one bit on that side. Right, let's just cut this. So it's just there where my thumb is. Very technical. It's a tiny bit short, but that'll do. And then another piece, and it will go on the back. About there. So that will look, I suppose you could attach both pieces to the back, it doesn't really matter. I'm calling it the back, but there's not really a back and a front, yeah. So that's how it's going to be. Yep. Right, now, so do I want to do that, or do I want, see I've got, yeah, because if I do them both on the back, that means when it slides through, that one wouldn't have any, because that'll be on the other page. That's why I did one and one, so that there's one on that side and one on that side when your page, right, so it has to be one to the front and one to the back, or one on either side on both bits. It depends what you want. I think I just want one side. But it's quite nice with two sides and then two sides. No, I'm just going to stick with that. Right, I'm going to take it to my machine and I'm going to stitch down the sides, and that'll keep the lace on. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, that's them stitched, just down either side. Yep. Okay, so we just need to join them together now. Make sure we get them both the right way up. And it's going to be one there and one there. Good. I'm going to use my 3-in-1 for this. I think it's just a little bit stronger for joining these pieces together. Okay, right way round, always double check. Okay, that's fine. We'll just push it up a tiny wee bit because we can put a wee bit washi there at the join. Right, now we'll just open it up and make sure that there's not any glue seeped through to the other side. No, we're fine. Okay, some washi. That's a little bit of blue on it. Yep, this will do. So we'll just, where the join is there, just gives it a nice little finish, and just where the join is here. I suppose you could have had the joins going in the way and flopped over, but you're still going to have a join regardless, I think. I don't know that I like that one down the bottom. I don't mind it at the top, but at the bottom it just doesn't seem right. I'm going to take it back off. Just something not right about it. Maybe because it was too near the edge. Yeah, that's better. That's better. It's because it was right at the edge. It just didn't look right. And yet that one's right at the edge, but that looks okay. I don't know. too fussy. Well, I think that's it. Let's try it in the book. Let's try, let's find a nice page. There's still loads of pages still left. Here's a nice one that's got bits of blue. Mind you, it's quite white. Oh, faffing about, looking just for an empty page. Here's one here. And fingers crossed. There we are, yes. Fits perfectly. What do you think? I think that's really nice. Really pleased with that. I like the bird one. It's a little more traditional. Let's slide on the other ones. Here's a page here. Yep. I'll put this one on here. I haven't got anything to slide in the bands yet, but we'll get there. Oh, that's cute. Now, where will we put the other one? Here's one here. There. Get that one. And where did we put the other one? There, it's there. Which one's your favourite? Do you know, I don't know. I like the birds. Birds are always a surefire bet, aren't they? But I like this whimsy as well. And then that's a cute one. So we've got cute, whimsy and botanical. Okay, that's me. So thanks for joining me today. If you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up is very much appreciated, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.